Hello, wise wonders. We are looking into Aries moon messages and energy. The Knight of Pentacles and the Moon are out immediately. Eight of Swords. Five of Pentacles. And this is the Witch's Tarot that we are using. Expedited progress of some kind showing up in the near future with the Eight of Wands and the Eight of Cups. Bottom of the deck is the Strength card. We do have Leo season just around the corner, as we are at the tail end of Cancer season as I'm recording. Moon in Aries, but these messages may resonate at any time for any reason. You may have your own reasons and connections and synchronicities for why you are resonating with Aries moon energy. Certainly may be an Aries moon, and the messages may always be timeless. So the main character, the star that we see in this reading, is represented by the Knight of Pentacles. Someone very much taking their time, they're being cautious, moving at a slow yet steady pace currently. Seems as though they've overcome some sort of victim mentality, some limiting beliefs they were holding about what they were capable of, where they could go, what they could do, or have recently detached from, put some space and separation between themselves and someone who was carrying that energy. They're certainly leaving someone behind who could not overcome their own mental limitations that they had set for themselves, whether that is a past version of themselves or perhaps a partner they're detaching from. Their back is turned on that energy. Eight of Cups is actually showing up in the position of what you don't see here about the situation. But that, with the Strength card, does make me think that walking away from this past, this victim, it's tempting to go back. It's not the easiest thing to walk away. And what is crossing this main character's path now, what and or whom is crossing their path now, is mysterious to them, confusing to them, disorienting to them. And there is divinity in this distortion. It may be somewhat scary, intimidating. It's very wild to them. They can tell that what they have to offer, this pentacle, this coin, is not going to impress this torch carrier that they're coming across, crossing paths with. A wisdom keeper, seeker, someone and or a new path that is very interesting and intriguing to our star traveler here. But disorienting and intimidating again. It's interesting to me that it seems like the Five of Pentacles in the advice position is saying to this star traveler that they don't have anything to lose. And that's their way of, that's the way here of encouraging that traveler on down this path and into this mist, this fog, this unclear environment, this mysterious path. It may be that what the star here doesn't see, that's represented by the Eight of Cups, is that there's divinity in this distortion, is that it is a higher calling and a higher path. Because while the cards in the advice position do seem to say that they haven't anything to lose, we see our Knight of Pentacles holding on to his coin, his experience, his lessons. The wealth he's learned and earned and gained along the way thus far, clutching it and holding it as though he knows what it's worth, doesn't want to lose it. And we have 888 on the table in the reading. Prosperity, undoubtedly present. If one can tame one's fear and wander bravely into the wild. It is a higher calling, a higher path. There is prosperity on the other side. I think the message of you don't have anything to lose means that experience and those lessons and those versions of you are something that you have in the bank. This is about opening your mind to other ways of life, ways of understanding life, elements that you've yet to explore as deeply as the earth. Your earthly, worldly gains. This is about the unknown. You will neither lose the lessons that you've learned, nor your understanding of the version of yourself that has gotten you thus far to open your mind, your heart, your psyche, your soul to unknown, to investigate. Some of the divinity that is in this distortion is that while someone here is wanting to remain rooted and grounded, it makes much more sense to trust that they already are and allow themselves to explore the unknown that is so enticing and intriguing to them, rather than to turn back to a victim mentality, a state of having limited beliefs about oneself, or spending all of one's time nurturing someone else who's feeling that bound by their own energy, when really that deprives them of the chance to free themselves, and that's the only way that they ever could be freed of that. So you would either be turning back to put yourself in a position to need to be freed again, or to enable someone else who then wouldn't be working toward freeing themselves and walking toward their own higher callings. That may be what else the Eight of Cups is representing. That whomsoever you've just wandered away from, walked away from, if it is someone external to you, is also answering a higher calling. They may not be at the same place on their path. You may not know whether or not they're still bound by these limited beliefs, or you may know that they will be for some time, right? But either way, this is their chance to head toward a higher calling as well. They will hear something, meet someone, take some chance or trip, or even just a nap that they wouldn't have taken if you were still around, right? So this is the beginning of them heading toward a higher calling as well. I can feel a lot of physical confirmation about that. So that's something else that you're just not aware of in the situation. And that may be enough to add to your fear. If you're already afraid about the mysterious path lying ahead of you, and you're sort of sitting on the fence about answering that call of yours, adding to that fear a little bit of guilt that this person in your recent past is also calling and needs your help could threaten to tip you in the wrong direction. So that could be something you really need to know, or at least consider and entertain, that you could be keeping them from answering a higher calling as well. They could have others calling as well that you don't know about. Not to treat it so callously, but even if it was a romantic connection, even if it was a deep connection, just because you were in their number one spot doesn't mean that they don't have other options that aren't already checking on them that they just didn't talk to you about, right? You could sort of just be embellishing and entertaining that they need your help more than you really need to, because of this fear about the unknown. Now, this path in front of you, though, all is not what it seems. There is Piscean energy here, Leo energy, again, Aquarius energy that wanted to be on the table. So let's end this with just one card from the Shadowscapes tarot deck here, I think. So yes, I do see that, and the Star card wants to come out again. Makes me feel like the message is very relevant for someone with an Aqua Sun and an Aqua Sun and an Aries Moon, or at least an Aqua Sun and Aries Moon in the mix, Aqua and Aries in the mix, since the Star wanted to be here again. And I was calling this main character the Star Traveler. And the Four of Cups is with us now, and the Six of Cups on the bottom of the deck. A mermaid, a lazing mermaid, and we have a musician here. As soon as you answer this call, you follow this light, this torch, you delve into this unknown path, the mystery of the opportunity, maybe new relationship, but certainly new path of some kind that's presented to you that makes you feel like you need to be cautious, that makes you feel like you need to look back, consider what you have to lose. As soon as you start adventuring down that path, you are moving away from innocence and into the territory of predators, out of the daylight of clarity and into the evening and twilight of needing to trust your intuition. But that's what you're there to learn. More about all that is unknown, and certainly more about trusting your intuition, moving through it, wading through it. It looks like you are with a guide that is choice as far as guides go in this territory, in this arena. They not only seem capable and curious, but like they are patiently waiting for you to join them. This may not be a guide in the 3D. Certainly may be more than one. And just because it is the territory of predators does not mean that some of those predators aren't at the back and the aid of you and your guide on your side as you venture through. And as soon as you do venture into that territory, we see that expedited progress. We see the Eight of Wands. Networking, messages coming in from those people you need to hear messages from, and or going out. Expedited progress, a lot of energy flowing into you. New ideas, new connections. And those do seem like they're people in the 3D. It looks like for many of you, this is about being able to do the work that you love to do, knowing how to do it, needing to do some research in order to get to the next level with it. You are reaching for something from where you are at, and you cannot reach it from there. You are staying safely seated in the position you are in, and reaching for the unknown, reaching for something that's not as safe as where you are seated. And it does require you to venture into, cautiously, sure, but venture into unknown territory, more dangerous territory, where you are more vulnerable. This may have to do with someone wanting to make music, someone's musical aspirations. There's the Strength card again. And then the Emperor card below that, another major arcana. If one is able to boss up, be brave, be vulnerable, brave enough to be willing to be that vulnerable, I think we see this expedited progress even by Leo season. It's not about how quick you could see progress. It's about you just making this choice to go down this path, and the progress will be right on the heels of that. Hearing from who you need to hear from. Seeing the influx of energy that you're truly needing. It may not be what you think it is. It may be networking and connecting with people rather than money immediately flowing in. That's something else that's coming through, is that you don't need what you think you do to go down this path. You're very focused on what you don't have to aid you as you wander down this path. You have this coin, but it doesn't feel like enough to you. You have everything that you need, though, to start exploring this vulnerable territory. You don't need the same tools that you think you do. You don't need the same tools that you needed to get where you are now. You're not losing that knowledge, that experience, those gains. But it is asking for something different from you moving forward anyway. I have a lot of love for you. Check out the description box below if you would like a personal reading. Enjoy the moonlight and safe travels.